Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us for today's family chat that is all about Family Weekend. My name is Ari G, and I serve as the Associate Director of Transition Programs. If you came to orientation this summer, you may recognize me from the Orientation Leader Student Panel, and I'm very excited to be back today to host another panel to talk all about Family Weekend. So we host these family chats once a month-ish to talk about different topics that are important to students and families. So we're excited to have Family Weekend coming up, and we've got three of our amazing event hosts that are here today to help us talk through the event. So I will let them introduce themselves.
Hey everybody, my name is Zach Lemons. I'm the coordinator for student community engagement here at UNCW. And so I'll be here today talking to you primarily about Hawks Harvest Food Pantry and how you can support that during Family Weekend.
Hey everyone, I'm Allie Scott. I'm one of the Awesome Adventure Coordinators for Seahawk Adventures. That's housed within Campus Recreation. We'll be talking about all the different outdoor programs we have to offer.
Hi everyone, I'm Allison. I might continue at orientation as well. I'm the coordinator of Family Weekend, so I'm super excited to see you all coming up pretty soon, the end of the month. I'm also doing fourth year programming, and I'll be talking to you a little bit about Family Weekend.
So thank you everybody for being here. So just some housekeeping items. We have a few set questions and some topics that our lovely panelists will talk about today. But if you do have questions about Family Weekend, feel free to put those in the chat here on Facebook, and either one of our staff members will comment back and answer that for you in the chat, or we may be able to answer that live here on the family chat today. So just to get started, Allison, can you tell us a little bit about what is Family Weekend? When is it? What's going on that weekend?
Oh, I'm so glad you asked that question. So Family Weekend is going to be such a fun event. It's really for parents and their students, or families and their students, to get together, have a good time, bond, come down and explore Wilmington again, and not be rushed a little bit, and have fun. The whole idea of it is just to bond with your student and to have fun not only off campus, but on campus. We have a variety of events. Some of them are free, some of them cost a little bit of money, but hopefully there's a little bit of everything so you can have an amazing time. Family Weekend will be September 30th, so the end of this month, through October 2nd. So we can't wait to see you. We're so excited. Can't wait.
Awesome. And Allison, I know some of the events are already booked up, some of the really popular ones, but what are some of the events that still have tickets available?
Oh man, yeah, registrations are going quickly, but there's so much left. I promise. I made sure of that. There's also the ghost tours that is still, or the ghost walk, that is a really popular event. There's also the hold on, I got this. Man, there's the Cameron Art Museum. There's Battleship, Airlie Gardens. There's so much here that we're still, oh, there's a drive-in movie still available. There's so much. I can't wait.
And then so for families who have already signed up, what do they do? How do they get here? Where do they park? Where do they check in and all that good stuff?
Oh, perfect. They're going to be checking in right here at the Bernie Center. The easiest way that I have found to get to places is putting it in Google Maps. Google Map Bernie Center, and it should be right there. Or the visitor lot is a very common one, and there's instructions on the website. We'll get all the parking information. Usually the visitor lot's pretty easy to get to. We'll have signs out, and then you're going to walk into the Bernie Center. You're going to check in. If you bring donations, which we'll get to shortly, then you'll be able to drop off your donations, pick up your envelope, and in that you'll have a campus map, a schedule, your t-shirt. We still have t-shirts available, so don't forget to pick that up as well. That's something you don't want to miss out on.
Awesome. And speaking of the donations, we're going to switch things over to Zach. So Zach, talk to us a little bit about Hawks Harvest and why it's so important to our campus.
Yeah, well, thank you everybody for being here. So Hawks Harvest is our on-campus food pantry, open to any student, and it's a free service for them to use, with really the goal of making sure that no student, no Seahawk ever has to worry about where the next meal is going to come from. We know that a student can't focus on classes, can't focus on just being a person if they're worrying about their next meal. So Hawks Harvest really helps supply our students with a need, and make sure that they have food. That's kind of the main goal of it. And so we have 2 different locations here on campus that are free. They're open to students. And your donations will help support that. It is donation driven, and all of our stock is from donations. So yeah.
So what kind of items are most in need right now for the Hawks Harvest?
Yeah, that's a great question. So when people ask us what to donate, we ask them, well, what would you like, or what would your student like? What do you buy for your student when they are at home, right? What are their favorite meals? Because that oftentimes is the favorite meal of all the other students that that come and utilize Hawks Harvest. So right now, we're in big need of pastas and things that are pretty, you can make a lot of big meals. So pastas, snack foods, so granola bars or chips or goldfish or Cheez-Its. Pop-Tarts are a huge favorite with our students. In addition, pasta sauces, especially Alfredo sauce, that's a big one. And then hygiene items. So a lot of times I don't think people think about donating hygiene items. So deodorants, soaps, shampoos, things of that nature are also a need for our students. Yeah.
Yeah, we love it when our students wear deodorant.
We do love a campus that smells good, so.
And speaking of scenarios where deodorant is very, very helpful. Allie, can you talk to us a little bit about the adventure opportunities that are available during Family Weekend?
Absolutely. So we have a couple trips already planned. And we also have a zip-a-thon happening as well. So for trips, we have 2 kayak trips and then 1 student paddleboarding trip. They're Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, so 1 each in the afternoon. The 2 kayaking trips will be going to Shark's Tooth Island, and then the student paddleboarding is along Banks Channel. They're all about 1 mile to 3 miles total in length for the full afternoon.
Okay, cool. So what are some things that families can expect if they're coming to the event, specifically Zip-a-thon, since we have a lot of families signed up for that?
So for the Zip-a-thon, that is one of our most popular activities. So we have a high course and a low ropes program within Seahawk Adventures. And the low ropes program is a lot of team building kind of activities, and the high ropes program is more of the suspended zip line, giant swing, adventure bridges, that type of activity. And so that's what the Zip-a-thon is highlighting. So when you get to the Zip-a-thon, basically you'll climb a cargo net. It's about 35 feet. And then you'll get clipped into some cables and go across 2 adventure bridges. And these are suspended bridges. You are fully in gear, you're safe, it's all good. And then at the end of the bridge, you have a choice between a zip line and a giant swing. Both of these elements are our exit activities, and that will bring you back down to the ground with an exciting thrill.
That's awesome. So families are participating in any adventures programs throughout the weekend. What are some things they should wear or maybe not wear?
Yeah, closed-toed shoes for a lot of them. For water-based activities, we do ask it can be a water shoe as long as it has a heel strap. So a lot of times if you're in the water, shoes like to get sucked off. So having that heel strap is really important. For the Zip-a-thon, closed-toed athletic shoes. So it doesn't have to be boots or anything like that. Sneakers are perfect. Athletic clothing, again, water-based trips. You can wear a bathing suit, you can wear something you don't mind getting wet as long as it's comfortable. Bringing water bottles is going to be really important, so staying hydrated throughout the day. Bringing, if you want to take pictures of a phone or something, if it's a water-based trip, maybe having a Ziploc or something, keeping them dry. We provide all of the gear, so that's really important. You don't need to bring a PFD, you don't need to bring a harness or a helmet, you don't need to bring your own kayak. We provide all of that from our office. In addition, the trips, those are off campus, so we provide transportation as well. So you will meet at our office, the Student Rec Center. Our office is Seahawk Adventures, is within the Student Rec Center, the Pat Leonard Student Rec Center. And that's where we'll leave to go to Banks Channel or Shark Tooth Island. So we'll have all of our kayaks or stand-up paddle boards loaded up, and you'll hop in our van and we'll take you there and bring you back. And we provide PFDs, all of that kind of risk management as well.
That's awesome. And I know your events sold out very quickly.
Yeah.
So for families who were hoping to get into one of the trips, what are some maybe alternative options for them?
Yeah, so first off, I want to say that the Zip-a-thon, that is also full, but we're not turning away walk-ins. So if someone were to show up and want to participate, now those that signed up get priority. And so if you're a walk-in and we're busy with those that have signed up, there's not a guarantee that they'll get to participate. That being said, if we're in a slow moment and you happen to come by and want to check it out, we will absolutely take you on and let you go through the course. We are not able to offer any additional trips, but we do have some rental opportunities. So starting that Monday, I believe it's what's that Monday?
Should be 24 or 26.
Yeah, that's 26th, you're right, 26th. So Monday the 26th, you can start doing some rentals. So if there's availability, we are still operating under our typical rental procedures. Each student, faculty, or staff on campus can rent up to 2 what we call seats for watercraft. And that could be 2 stand-up paddleboards, 2 surfboards, 2 single kayaks, or a canoe or a tandem kayak. Those are 2 seats. So we do have those available. We also have beach games. We have camping equipment. So if you want to do something on your own and just need some supplies, our office is great for that. I understand that, having families, that 2-seat rule might not be the most effective. And so if that's the case, just email transition programs. They can let us know and we can work on that case by case. It is based off of first available. So we do have a limited number of boats we can rent out. So I would definitely secure that spot come Monday, the 26th to check in.
Awesome. And if you are interested in that, you can email us at transitions@uncw.edu. And we will get you to the right place for those additional rentals. Awesome. So I do see that we've got some questions coming in. Yeah, so great question. So the question is, are there any events that are still open and how do you sign up for those? There definitely are some seats still available. Allison mentioned the Ghost Walk earlier. That is one of my personal favorites as a Wilmington resident. I think it's so cool to see downtown Wilmington in a, I would say spooky but not scary manner. It's a really fun way to learn also about Wilmington and the history and everything. The drive-in movie and also the Friday night movie are still wide open and available. And then also Seahawk Bingo is one of my personal favorites. That has been going on at Family Weekend here since I was a student. And I remember my family came to Seahawk Bingo during Family Weekend and we had the best time. I think one of the best things about bingo is that you get to still have conversations while the event is happening. So it's a great time to just hang out with your student, get to connect with them while doing a fun activity and winning prizes. That's basically the best of all worlds. So other than that, do we have any other questions coming in? Oh, t-shirts. Allison, do you want to talk about t-shirts? And does everybody get a t-shirt? Do you have to purchase them? What's the process for that?
Oh, perfect. So this year we have both long sleeve and short sleeve shirts. So you get your choice depending on what you want to wear and the weather. Let's see. So shirts, you can register on our website. And if you do go on our website registration, just like you're going to register for any of our events, you can go ahead and type in or select the size that you want, and if you want long sleeve or short sleeve, and then when you are finished with the checkout, then you just have your shirt included right in there.
So you do have to pay for them.
You do,
So-
yeah. I wish we could, but if we have a lot of families, that would be a lot but we do definitely want you to be able to purchase them right on our website where it says registration on the left-hand side.
Cool. So one of the things I think is kind of cool about this is the first year we've had Family Weekend since 2019. And so in a Family Weekend, most of our students have never been. So we're really excited to have the opportunity to welcome not just our first year families back to campus, but our second, our third, our fourth year families. And so we're really excited to have everybody back. One of the events that we haven't really talked about that I know information is coming out about soon is the Legacy Pinning Ceremony. And so that event will take place on Saturday. And so the Alumni Association and Advancement will be reaching out to all of our students who have indicated that they are a Legacy to invite you all to that event. So if you have the opportunity to participate, it's a great event to celebrate that Seahawk legacy tradition. So it's always a family favorite. And I always love seeing the families come back for that. All right.
Oh, Ari, there's one more thing I wanted to mention too.
Sure.
Is if they do, so for the, Zach was mentioning about the donations, if you donate at least 5 items and bring them with you to check in, then you can also be entered into a raffle, which will be at our parent breakfast, which you can, and we'll raffle it off at the breakfast. So, but just 5 items, and then you get a ticket to the raffle, and it'll be a big basket of a whole bunch of things from the bookstore. They're generously donating everything. So if you want, there's multiple prizes. So I just want to emphasize that as well, to definitely set our students up for their future too.
That's awesome. Yeah, the bookstore is a great partner. For
Yeah,
Family
they
Weekend.
are. They were so nice. It was great.
They're really generous with that. Wonderful. Well, I don't see any more questions coming in through the chat, but if you do have questions about Family Weekend, you are always welcome to email us at transitions@uncw.edu. We will be happy to answer any questions you have through there. If you haven't registered yet, we highly encourage you to do so soon. Registration will close on September 23rd or when events run out. So that's kind of a whichever happens first. But we will go ahead and close registration on the 23rd if they haven't sold out yet, so that we can prep all the materials and get things ready for you. So thank you all so much for joining us today. And thank you so much to our panelists. We're so grateful to have you here and for your expertise in sharing all about Family Weekend and what to expect. So thank you all so much.